Okay, hello. Hello. Okay, hello. Okay. So, yesterday, I totally crashed out with these evals. So, I had an eval going, and I was over 2K, and then I started to get into a trade that basically was a losing trade, and I totally crashed out and just doubled down and put like 60 contracts trying to not lose a trade. And I said, well, why did I do that? And then I immediately entered into another eval, and I built it up to 2,500 in the same day. And then again, I got into a losing trade, and then totally crashed out and blew the account because I went 60. I went all the way basically because I was doing this double down thing. It moves the take profit line right near price action, and all I'm waiting for is to cross back over, get out of the trade, and then I didn't lose the trade. And so I realized that was part of my strategy, and it was working as far as my win percentage and whatnot. However, I realized what happens is even though I could have won, price often would return to the same location or I would actually go into profit. I would blow my account before that. So what I realized is the sizing and what you have, the risk is the important part here of the sizing. So it has to be comfortable, and in doing so, you have to feel comfortable the whole way through when you're trading. Otherwise, you're going to then you're going to feel uncomfortable and stressed out, and I just also don't want to feel that way while I'm doing this because you make poor choices. So I realized that you need to have your sizing appropriate to what your drawdown will be, your account size. And with these funded evals, they are basically $1,000 a day. If you lose $1,000 a day, then your account is for the most part cooked. But so what I had done with these accounts, I had one that I had half blown before, like I said, two. Oh, and then the third time I just said, well, I'm going to try full porting it on the first trade and see, oh, the market's going this way, and I'm going to full port it, and then I'm going to see what happens. And so speaking of which, and so why not just full port? And then I blew that account, of course, immediately. And what I realized when I have 60 contracts with a full 2,500 distribution drawdown, it is only like 6 points or something that it takes to blow the account. So of course it's gonna blow the account. The odds are that the account will get blown. 6 points is nothing as far as price action movement. So that's where I realized I can't do that double down thing. I need to do it. I can do it as long as I'm doing it with the scale of my distribution drawdown. And so I need to be picking first of all, to not get into bad trades, I need to be picking my setups a lot better, and I need to not just what I had been doing successfully and getting at it with doubling down had been working, and I had a good win rate and everything. But I think I can dial that in so that I'm not getting in riskier trades. I have all the confluences I need. And so I think I just need to be more disciplined. I got a little carried away because I had some good success over the last couple months in gambling, and then I need to be less gambling at this point in time. So that being said, I've got these 4 half-blown accounts that last night I regrouped in the new session. Let me trade again after the $1,000 daily loss limit. And I just was doing small contracts, and I managed to get 115 bucks in each account out of the hole a little bit. And I did that, and that what it's going to take is me being patient and just doing small contract size, because that's all my account will allow is small contract. Even though it's going to take a long time to pass the eval with the consistency that I know I have, and the technique and the skill and all the confluence that I've learned, I think I can make good decisions. And I just need to be a little bit more diligent. So that being said, let's take a look at what's going on today. Market's already opened. Let me turn this pivot. I'll leave that on. And we've already gotten a little win here. So if we look at the daily, I mean, obviously we're still in an uptrend. This is the weekly. We've just crushed all-time highs. It's incredible. We created a daily fair value gap. We are in an uptrend. This is out disrespect zone. We've gotten 4-hour. This is our disrespect zone. We'd like to see price come back down. There's no reference to the all-time high, but we've taken out the Asian high here. We've inverted a fair value gap on the 2-hour, but our target zone is way down here. I mean our entry. So we don't know how far our price is going to go up, but we know it will retrace at some point. And if we just look at market structure, there is an ebb and flow to stuff. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. Now we need to get a little more micro. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. We've created fair value gaps. We made a new high. Now we could see maybe a little bit of consolidation, or price to kind of retrace and go back down. So as we get a little bit lower time frames, we had a big push here. We had a break of structure, and we were looking for, probably the smart thing to do would be look for a break of structure, or not a break, a market structure shift. We've seen a lot of highs already today. This is what I was working on yesterday. So price went up, made a new high, and then came back down. And in that, we had a break of structure there. I'm looking for the market structure shift if one happened to the downside. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for, market structure shift. This is a big gap here. However, we did make a fair value gap. We do kind of expect it to go back up. We just reacted off of this level here on the 1 minute. I want to see, before taking entries, the price coming down to this level. Will we see a market structure shift? I don't know. Could we see a break and retest? This price want to come back down. I think this is where my patience needs to be. I don't know. We got this push up. We could just take a smallie. And then we go back down. Now we could re-enter again. This is where the small sizing can work in my favor. Now it's only down 15 bucks. If I could let it go down a long way to get to 1,000 before it's probably going to retrace, and at that point I could look at better entries on my trades here. But is this a reasonable get here? I think so, because we just came down again. We're probably going to make a new high. This was not even above the new high. It is just right above the pivot high. So that was kind of a no-brainer. And if we're going to do anything bigger than that, then I need to see a market structure shift happening or something. So momentum now is low. We see a lot of upward signals here. So I think I do have a lot of signals, but I want to see price come back down to here, 271, in order to take a buy. I want to see it tap into that to get the best value out of it. If not, then I'm looking at other, maybe it come down to 6.8. That I might go in again. Just depending on how things go. I want to go deeper if I do double down. I don't want to just waste it on a little. I want to see it to its end of this retrace and then go back up if I'm going to double down, because you want to get the double down the moment before it goes back up. So if market does put me on the other side of a trade, as long as I could weather the storm with my account, then I could watch it go back up and re-enter and still get a trade. Most likely, everything's going up, so the likelihood of it going down overall, as long as you could weather the storm, is not very high. But your account has to be able to weather that storm. So anyways, that's what I learned. So I think my overall strategy had been working. I just got to this point where my account size made it more gambling than strategic trading. I still think the double down is a strategic move because it's just a matter of, can your account hold that? Can your account weather that? Now you can see here we have a fair value gap down here. We could see price come all the way down here. So we just made a new high. So this is where what I had been getting in recently, because I got a little bit arrogant, because I was like 70-80% win rate. And with these little micro trades, but so I was just taking trades off of anything, because most of the time it's going to range in a certain area of that it would be probably take profit. So I just need to scale down, be patient, getting to a point where I'm not overreacting because I'm too close to my stop loss or my daily loss limit or whatever, my distribution drawdown, and I just need to be patient. So And you know, if a trade does not go my way, I realize um, I need to have a confluence that tells me not to get, or tells me to get out of a trade. So I think that's going to be a multiple confluence thing. Fair value gap, market structure. Right now, everything's saying buy because we're in such an uptrend, and you know you don't want to catch, as the expression goes, a falling knife. So I'm in a buy. Well, hopefully it's going to bounce off. We've already tapped into this fair value gap, this 1 minute fair value gap, a couple times. So we're not expecting it to go all the way up, and we may be making a fair value gap here. So I think just a few points, sticking to my small wins strategy. I'm going to try to just stay small. If it does dip into here, maybe 6-8, I might buy in again here. And a finger on the trigger if I do take profit here. I want to see double digits. I'm out. So I just got out because this is what I've been taking advantage of, these little pullbacks. Now I could have entered in there again. We are kind of making a leg down. I want to see, this is my entry in 6-8 now. I want to take it down again, and if I get on the other side of it, then I don't want to go against the market structure until that changes. I want to be taking, that's the other thing I've been doing. I was going against market structure. So 6-8, I want to take entries off of midlines of fair value gaps, or so this is another possible 6-8's a decent entry here. And just take those off so I could take advantage of the full range here, unless it makes a fair value gap going up again. Then that would be some sort of foundation to have further movement. So and I noticed I had been getting ahead of it before we make fair value gaps, or before candles close, and before they've disrespected. The other thing I have been using is this push, and my 1 hour push is an indication of the direction the market wants to go. And off the opening, if it changes, like we got 10 minutes left on this, we could tank here and this could totally drop, and that would be an indicator to get out of it if it does enter down here. So I need to stay small and stick with my strategy, taking little wins throughout the day, guaranteed wins, and then realizing when I'm losing and when to get out. And I think that's going to be mainly if I see two opposite fair value gaps on the 1 minute, then that would be a good sign to get out. There's some other things I could look at, if we're not making fair value gaps to begin with, then that would be a reason to get out. you know, or for or a reason to stay in. So we tapped almost down to this. So we'll see. We got 1 minute left on it. 1 second. Okay. Let's see what this one wants to do. We got the breaker structure. I'm going to enter in there. Okay, and that's a decent place to enter in. If it does want to go down eventually and touch that, then we can get that too and not be too much in our drawdown. But we just had this breaker structure. We had a big push up. We did create a fair value gap so far, unless it totally inverts it. 26 seconds left. This is actually a good example of I got in too early. I should have waited for that. I got in at the right at the top of the range because it made a fair value gap, but obviously that was too premature because it just got rid of that fair value gap. Now, compared to last night, price is moving much quicker. Now, I think, let's see, we're not making fair value gaps down. We had that push. We had a break of structure in the 1 minute. We have some momentum, but we also wick down quite a bit. I think I will adjust my take profit because we do not have a fair value gap. I wanted to make sure we're getting out of trades if they're not supporting our logic with the fair value gaps. We did gap up here, which was good. So we don't have to make a new high in order to take this target. I'm going to move it down one more click. So this is where we would want to be looking to get out without a loss, ideally. But if price does come down, we're going to get it at a discount here, and then hopefully we see a little retrace. The price marker, the entry line would come here, and halfway it would split the difference, and then we'd take both orders out a point above. But I don't want to enter in without having a good entry model too. That's the other thing I was doing. I was just waiting for price to go down and get in at some sort of, there we go, we got that one. We might be making a fair value gap, but I'm going to wait this time. So we got some bullish momentum. We got some volume stepping in. I'm going to turn on my aggression burst just to see what's going on here. Let me change the, okay, we're at 250. So we got some buy, we got some momentum. We're going to wait for price to come down and get in here, and then we'll get out. There we go. We'll just get out right up here at the top of it. The why I took that is I do have some other confluences. I got the volume, so we do have some sell spikes here, but we also have a lot of aggressive buy, and then we did make a fair value gap. So there we go. Okay, we got some sell now. But we got some buys. I'm not going to worry about this because I want to see what it's going to do. Is it going to wick down? If it does make a fair value gap, we're going to take it up. But we got 15 seconds here to create it, and then we need another. We got a lot of buying pressure here. I'm going to turn up my thing to maybe 350. So we look like we got a lot of volume here. So we've created a fair value gap. We're going to give it some time here to see if it's going to invert it. We won't be making a new fair value gap for a while unless this really pops up because of this long wick. So this look is looking like the start of a reversal here. But we have a nice pop here. We have the 5 minutes way down here, so this could reverse at any second. But we're going to wait for that 1 minute. Candle close. We're going to see if it pushes down into this fair value gap. And then, so this would be an entry at 7828, 782 in the middle of this fair value gap. And then again, if it's going to go up, we just want to take a point or two. We're doing pretty good so far, and I feel pretty comfortable. I'm not getting too heavy with my sizing. Looks like we might make another fair value gap, or if this one closes a decent amount above. A lot of our signs are, everything's in agreement here as far as a lot of our indicators are looking up. Our price structure is looking up. Everything is looking up, so we do want to see price come close to down here. We're not making more fair value gaps at the moment, so price could come down forcefully. And if it does, because we got all these aggressive buys here, if it starts to go down, it's going to go down quick. Once we get past these are buys. This might be a stop loss. So if we get past this level here, all these are going to get stopped out, and then we're going to fall pretty dramatically, I'd say. Yeah, yesterday I was feeling real anxious while I was trading because I was losing big. You know, I was building up the account, and then I was losing. So because I was risking so much that it didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. So okay, we got a fair value gap there. Yeah, we're at all-time highs. Reversal could be happening at any moment. We're still making fair value gaps. I would want to see. Okay, that was a big one. See what happens here. If we invert this, then maybe this is going to be the beginning of the fall. And in that case, I don't think I'm going to be taking any buy orders. And then we also look to see if there's more volume going the opposite direction than there is going up. We are going up pretty hot. Could be getting one more point, but I would want to see it come down here first with the next candle. Okay, we got some momentum going up. What is this? 9.3. This is a little risky, but see if I can get in here. The next candle. It's just kind of crazy movement up right now. Okay, that's a pretty big wick. Again, I'm just looking for a couple points. Losing a little momentum. Did not make a fair value gap. Take this out. I don't feel good about that anymore. So let's take a higher view of what's going on. We could start to see a retracement here. We got 27 minutes on the 90. We got 57 minutes. We just started this candle here. So this could be the big, it could come down here, 781. We're not making fair value gaps. Another thing I do want to get to is, yeah, it's 18 points there, is get to a place where I am taking longer trades, because ultimately you're gonna have, it's more efficient, less fees, but I still want them to be really good setups. But I feel like we're getting overextended here to the point that price will come down. Now, I could look at a higher time frame entry. This could be 8.6, could be a entry point. Midline of here, 8.5, 8.6. We got 1 minute left on this candle, and we'll see if it wants to go up more and make another fair value gap, or if it wants to fall. Now, by having 4 evals with, just got it back over, we're at like 800 something distribution drawn up. By using the lowest contract sizing initially, $5 per point, that kind of gives me more runway for the distribution drawdown to hold. So dividing it, you still got leverage. So if I would have to pay $100 each to make these live accounts, but if I did, I could use a lot less leverage, like I'm doing the consistency. But I would have to, I think, scale up in order to make that 250 a day target. So I think I probably would use 3 contracts, but at this point I'm trying to build this account back up again, because I just took such a big loss that it's a little bit of experiment and a challenge to build it up from nothing, and it's a challenge to see what kind of sizing I could be using if I had a small account, because you got to really calibrate everything to what your goal is. Okay, we got some aggressive sell buying in. We got a bearish fair value gap. We've inverted a bullish fair value gap, so this looks like it's going to be going down, but market still wants to go up, so we're going to still be taking buys until market wants to go up. If this gets inverted, that's a sign that it could just want to continue to go up. Or if we don't create a fair value gap here. But I want to be going with the market structure. That's the other thing I've been doing. I've been using that as, oh, there's a fair value gap. We're going down. So that's not enough of a confluence, even though that's might be the case temporarily. You want to be going with the market structure, and right now the market structure is saying price is going up, but I want to get it more at a discount here than I do here at the top, because we don't know. We know that the target is somewhere up here. It's at a new all-time high, but if price goes above here, we could see a pop, or above here we could see another pop up because of this aggressive sell there. That order, whatever order, all those orders will have been stopped out at some point, and then that's where you'll see a big tick up again. But right now we're still kind of moving down. And I got my buy at 8.6, which is in the middle of this 5-minute fair value gap. And then we got this 15-minute at 8.3, which would be a little bit lower. That could be a potential another entry. This 7.8 for the 30-minute. Also, the more we see it come down, the more we'll see some of these other, like this here. If we cross, this actually might have been in response to that. If this gets inverted, then there's a sign that that we might get a good push, because of this aggressive burst bubble there will have stopped out. Again, we want to see now, if we're going to take a trade, we need another confirmation other than just market structure. I think we want to see it either tap into a fair value gap and go up, or create a new fair value gap. We're still above the EMA here. So we're looking for a few things to happen. If we do a market structure shift, then we'd be looking to take sells. If we make a market structure shift to the downside, we could be looking at sells at this point. I don't want to be real patient today. I don't want to get into that loop of just winging, shooting from the hip. I want to be disciplined. Oh, I got this nervous tick of caressing myself. But what else am I supposed to do? Just stare at the screen? Alright, we had a little bit of a push there. It got wicked down. This would be an entry potentially on, but I think we want to wait and see. Got this heart rate variability monitor again. This guides your breath based on the variation of your heart rhythm. I'm going to try to use that to control my cortisol spikes and just try to stay centered and focused. Okay, we might be making a fair value gap here. I do want to see the next candle though. The next 1 minute candle close. Okay. Get rid of that. Let this close. Okay, we got some buys pumping in here. 15 seconds. Let's see what this candle's gonna do next. 9.5 could be an entry. I'm going to take the entry here, even though it's not, we'll see if it's tapping into it or I'm going to invert it. And then our target is 7928, so we got our target right. Could manually get out while we have the profit, but I want to maybe see, hopefully. It's the other thing, I need to get out. See, I should have got out. Should have got out. We're right up there. Now we're getting a little rambunctious. And this is what we wanted to see, really. A pullback into our fair value gap and then a move up. We made an equal high here. 789825. And we're right at our target line here. But really, what's more likely is it going to, That's what I was worried about. Only have my finger on the button here. Actually, we're gonna let it go. This could almost be another entry maybe, but I'm gonna wait till it. Okay, we made that fair value gap. That's should have got out. Should have got out. Let's see if this inverts it right away. That's good. A good sign. We do kind of make a higher low so far. We've kind of still respected that fair value gap. And hopefully we're going to come up and take this. Okay, we got it. Alright, 254. We're improving our win rate so far today. See, my heart rate variability went red. So, probably because I'm talking. If I wasn't talking, I could breathe appropriately. Hello there, let me know in the chat if you're into trading or what you're into. I'm trying to pass these evals. I got 4 evals, and I started off this stream by telling the story. I crashed out yesterday. I basically was just, I got my account, almost passed it. I was at like 2,500, and then I blew the account because I doubled down because I was in a losing trade and I was too heavy. And so I went like 60 contracts in and blew the account. It was real stupid. And I did that. I said, well, shit, I said, I know I'm consistent. I'm going to make up for it. I opened another account. This is account 52. And then I said, okay. And I made it aggressively. I got back to 2,500 again that day. And then I got into a losing trade again and doubled down again. And then hit my $1,000 daily loss limit. And then I got this 53 contract. I said, what if I just double down right off the bat, 60 contracts, max contracts in, and then just try to pass the eval. I'll go the direction of the market trend, and then I'll just go nuts. And I blew that one $1,000. So, and now I have the one I did. All these 4 accounts were basically for the same reason. And what I learned was, if you go max in with this $1,000 drawdown, that's only like 6 points of margin of error. So that just tells you that you need to have a comfortable lot size before you enter, so you could confidently enter a trade and not feel like you're going to jeopardize your account or blow your account. So it needs to be the small. So right now I'm trading on these. I'm basically trading. Is that right? How many points am I trading? We got 4 accounts. Trading 3 contracts, I guess, at the moment. And you need to have a comfortable contract size. Actually, I should be trading just 4 here. That would be 1 contract. But I have been doing 3. Point is, you need to have a maximum. And actually, if I did 3, then I could afford for, if I'm in a losing trade, I could afford for it to come down, I re-enter way down low, and then watch it go up again. We're about to make a new fair value gap here. We had a break of structure. We don't see any aggressive buys in. That would be an indicator. Maybe I just enter. We have a lot of these confluences here. This is my reversal candle indicator, and this shows you the like this. We had a candle down and then more volume going up the opposite direction. We had a candle going up and then more volume going down in the opposite direction. So this is another thing I've been using, especially on the 1 hour, on the opening time frame, whatever the most recent on market open, whatever the most recent colored push candle is the direction it's going to go. And so if you just wait for market open and you see it turn yellow, and you know it's going to go up for a good bit. Same goes for the blue. It could go down. So we could drop here with 38 minutes for this to go down, but seems like we're still going up. We had to break a structure to the upside. We might be making another fair value gap. Momentum's good. So I might, since I'm light, market's going up, I might just do a contract here because it looks like we're gonna. Okay, I need 4. For one contract, it'd be 4. I just do like this and just get a couple points. Seems like we're going up. I can manually exit with a little bit of profit. I know it's going to take all day if I just do one contract size. However, it'll give me more comfort knowing that I could be in the other end of a trade and still know it's going to go up, market's going to go up, and still be successful. I think 1 is not. So if I double down on 2 contracts, that'd be 4, and if I double down again, that'd be 8. That's still not too bad as far as contract sizing goes. So I think 2 contracts across these is a good sizing. And maybe I adjust my sizing on my uncertainty of the trade, you know. Okay, now we got some sell coming in. We're still in an uptrend, but we're probably going to make a bullish or bearish fair value gap, maybe. We're getting pushed back up. We could spring up here because of this aggressive push, maybe past this. If we get past this high here, we might see it jump up a bit. %80 win rate so far today, which is good, and we're building. Starting off pretty good. $250 would be a goal for a day for eval pass. That's why the sizing is important to keep it low, because you you want to get base hits, as someone I was watching a video said on these evals. All you really need to shoot for is like $300 a day on a 50K eval, and if you get $300 a day, then you could get your first payout of $1,500. And so that's really the goal. Now, it'd be $1,500 if I did that on across 4 accounts. That'd be $6,000. So if I just manage my emotions better and stay small, don't overreact, wait for those good setups. Like here on the 1 minute, I want to see price come all the way down to this order block before I enter a trade. Now, if it inverts this fair value gap, then that would make me pause. I want to see multiple confluences lined up. I've been successful so far today, and I do think the small wins are a good strategy because they're more likely. So we're not making fair value gaps going down. We are about halfway into this value here. I could see it go up for a point or two. This could be a potential entry. I'm going to wait because it was off of this fair value gap. I'm going to go for it. Just a point. I guess 2 points, 2 contracts. Not a strong order. And I could have waited a little bit more to get in. But it is an uptrend. This is our target here. So it doesn't have to even go all the way. All it has to go is 75% of the way, the total span of this, in order to win this point here. I can manually exit if it flirts and it keeps going up, but then it keeps missing it. Then the more times it misses it and goes down, the less chance I have. So I want to be on the button here just to get this if I need to. We've been in an uptrend, but we do have a long way to fall at this point, so it could go down closer to our disrespect. Yeah, okay. But we're still in a fair value gap there, so until that inverts, I'm going to look for my next possible entry because we are small sizing. We don't want to see this invert on. This should have been actually the entry point, actually, because it's more likely that this is going to go up from here than it is otherwise. Okay, we're making now probably a fair value gap going down. I want to consider getting out. We whipped up on that one. We do have a lot of confluences in our favor here. We don't want to see a fair value gap being made. We have not seen a down one being made yet. That was part of my plan to get out of a trade, is to, if I see a fair value gap on the opposite direction, is to get out. I'm only $30 down. We want to see, we'll have one more candle to see. This is almost an entry point if it wicks back up. But we got to see if it's going to make a fair value gap. If it inverts this, I might re-enter again, because we haven't completely inverted this bullish fair value gap. We want to see this shoot back up. If not, then I might get out of this trade. Could wait for the next candle or re-enter somewhere down here. We're 8 points in. If we weather the storm, we're still in an uptrend at this point. Now, I think if it goes past here, we are in a downtrend. we should be, that would be a market structure shift, and in that case, that's a downtrend. Okay, so I'm in a little bit. Okay, this is our disrespect here. This could be an entry. Okay, we made two fair value. So this is a clear, let's get out of this trade. Let's see if I get a deer in the headlights here, or am I waiting for, on the lower time frame, to enter in here. We could try doing this 8-3 is a buy. Now if I enter an 8-3, that'll take my take profit line, split the difference here. And if it does fall that far, it's a good chance it might retrace up, because we have some support here from these fair value gaps. It could be even 7-4 if it wants to go down further. We have two choices. It come down here, retrace back up a little bit, and then go back up to there, or it's somewhere in this process, because we're only down $70, it go up from here, and then, but I don't want to go in heavier. I just want it to go up and take my original trade here. So if I go down here and it drops all the way, I think I'll still be okay, because we're still in an uptrend. We do see some aggressive sells coming in, but on the 4 hour we're going up, on every time frame we're going up, plus we have this 1 hour trend up, the reversal up. Now we just wicked down hard. This is really what I was waiting for, but I still wouldn't take this move down, because, well, we have not had a market structure shift yet. We do have two 1 minute fair value gaps going down, but so we're in a clear trend down, but as you can see, our targets are still in an upward trend. That could change on the 1 minute soon. And this could be another potential entry. It's 8-2, but I think I'm gonna wait, because it seems like it was pretty aggressively moving down. So we're absorbing a little bit. We're down $82, which is not the end of the world. This could hold us down. Let's see if there's any 5 minutes. We do have a 5 minute up here. Could come up here and reject off of here. We've inverted the 15 minute. See, this is why that I said it right off the bat. That trade was not a good trade. I could have taken profit, and that's what I should have done. Because we knew it was going to go down. We knew at some point it was going to fall, and it's fallen pretty hard. But we're going to stay strong. We're going to kind of stick to our game plan. We're going to let it fall. This is $100. This is $200. If we come down here, and then we got to look at our 1 hour here. This is at twice the volume. We got 25 minutes, basically, for it to come down and go back up. So we are on track to have more volume coming into this candle. So it will reverse on us probably over the course of the 24 minutes. We're already 104. We need to get to 167 to basically reverse that. However, we hope that it's going to go up. We're in an uptrend. We're still in an uptrend on the 1 minute. I think we would have to come all the way down here to invert that trend. So our entry is at 7275. So we're like here. So this is my double down strategy. and just letting it go to this point as long as my stop loss can weather the storm. We're down, we're still up in profit actually for the day. We've only lost half of our profit. So I'm gonna see, this is a little bit of experiment on my part. Okay, we got some buyers pushing in, but we just had a bunch of aggressive sells. This is actually a new strategy that I'm kind of trying to incorporate here. Is patience. We've got a lot of blue candle. At some point it's going to change. If we take this, what we hope is we're going to react off of here. If we take this entry, which was pretty far down, and then we'll see what happens. It's already starting to pull back a little bit. If we have a breaker structure, that's what I need to figure out is what is my next exit? What is my next exit from here? If that's my entry, what's my next exit? Obviously, let's see if we go to the 1 hour. We're eating into this fair value. We almost tapped into that. So on the 2 hour, 7.5 was my entry here because that was on the 1 hour. Yeah, that was my 1 hour. If we invert this 1 hour, or even lower, if we invert this one, then that would be probably my exit. Or if we close inverting this. Okay, now we're in another trade. Now this, we move down here. We're still getting our 2 points, but now we brought our take profit lower. So if it wants to keep going down, we could expect maybe hopefully a little retrace back up. We want to watch that to see if we're inverting fair value gaps. And then we do need to have a loss limit. Could be $200. So 8.9. All we need to do is invert 2 of these 1 minute fair value gaps. So we've disrespected for quite a while, and now hopefully we're going to start respecting. We have not seen a trend change yet. Maybe that's when we get out of it, is when this trend changes. But everything else is saying we're going up. We have terrible momentum. The other thing we could consider doing is if we see a fair value gap, we enter again. But we also want to see something else. We want to see something else. If I were to enter again, I want to see something else. Okay, we got a small little 1 minute fair value gap here. Let's see if it holds. Doesn't look like it. Okay. We got some selling coming in again. This market structure strategy is from the Arjo PD Array strategy video I saw, and then I had ChatGPT make me a Pine script to make this indicator. And so I guess I could manually learn this strategy, but this is the Arjo strategy, and this just maps it out really clearly, and it gives you visual cues and confluences that you could follow. Okay, what's my 1 minute? It's got to be flipping on me soon. I've got 18 minutes left. We've not inverted this fair value gap. I guess that's going to be my indicator. Does it just touch it and continue on, or are we going to invert it? No. We could come down after we make this. Well, it's in 3 hours. $274. We have 1 hour to finish on this one. I think it'll go back up. 1 hour, we could be inverting this and going down more. We're already starting to wick up from it a little bit. We do have a lot of sell-off, but it's a little bit mixed bag here. We got some buys peppered in there too. Okay, 90 minute, wicking up. Okay, this looks better for a move up again. If I see a market structure shift, okay, we got a little buy activity. Fair value gap, let's hold on to that one. I would love to hold on to that one. So there's something to this strategy where you're okay with taking small wins, and then your strategy builds into you taking, allowing enough sizing and using market structure to allow it to go until the losing trade is basically determined invalid, until you should get out of it. And that's what I'm still trying to work on. What are my confluences to get out of a trade? I kind of know what they are to get into a trade, but then I'm working on what to do to get out of a trade. So now I feel pretty strong that if we take these points, then we're making profit. And then if it wants to retrace and go down now because we made such a big move down, we don't have to make a new high. We don't have to make a new high. We're just going to watch then for another entry. I want to see a 5 minute getting made, but that's not going to be for a while. So basically, my take profit is now into the retrace of this moving down again. And we just want to get out of the trade without losing. That's what the goal is now. Because it went against us for so long. Okay, we inverted that one. We're going to stay patient with this. We're still in an uptrend until we're not. So I think we'll still be in profit if we get out of this trade. Let me know in the chat if you're into trading or what you're here for. Give me some love if you don't mind. I'm practicing dialing my strategy here, and part of it is like a double down and letting not accepting a loss. Basically, my strategy is just not to lose, and so far it's usually pretty consistent win. So right now I'm at an 80% win rate. I've taken 21 trades, and if I wasn't in a great entry initially for this trade, and up top, I was trying to. Let's see if I could show you. I missed the trade going up. I could have taken. I was up here with my initial trade. I took it on pull back here. I should have waited actually for if I was to enter to be down here, but I entered in here. Price went up a couple times. I could have gotten out of it. Well, I should have. I missed it, and maybe I should take. That's where I should take my small loss, but I don't like losing. Is that wrong? And so it fell, but my next entry was. Sorry.
Are you selling any dog noted garden things?
Oh, no.
No. I'm trying to find her. She hasn't given me the address.
What is the address? Oh, you don't have the address?
No, all I have is North Shade Avenue.
Oh, North Shade. So, what are you looking for?
I don't have her address. She gave me the North.
So this is how North Shade works. You're familiar with South Shade?
No, I'm not familiar. I drove an hour.
Okay, so Fruitville, north of Fruitville, which is Fruitville, that's North Shade. South of Fruitville is South Shade.
Okay.
Okay, so the way it doesn't connect through going north there. So if you look at it, and I don't know anybody with that kind of fence here, so probably won't between 6 and 8. But if you go back the line and you go north and you go to like, I guess it's either 10th or whatever it is, then it may be shade connects through at some point. But it might even be further. You have to look at a map, really. Well, look, go to your Google for a map. Okay, so shade here doesn't connect here, doesn't connect here, doesn't connect here.
I was on Shade Road, but wasn't North Shade. And she specifically said North Shade.
Right, so kind of you can see where North Shade, but here I think there's like there's other places Shade connects to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't even go down on it that this is North Shade. This is on the road. So you have to basically start here and then I know you would have a long way to go. And then it goes through DeSoto Road, and then the next one goes to University, and then it continues up there for a time. So there's kind of a rural area by DeSoto that's like more big acreage land, and that's probably where some of these homes are. I'll give you a card about this, you can do video transfer services, all video protection, Okay, we're not looking like we're going to be going back up now. Let's see what our 1 minute is doing now that it's going down. Did that change? I'm still saying we're going up. So we're going to hold strong just to see if this theory works. We're going to see if this theory works. We tapped into that fair value gap. We did not invert it yet. We don't really have that far to go up to get in profit here. We got more aggressive selling popping in though. That's a little concerning, but even break even is at 8.6 here. Okay, so we did just change a little bit, but we're still in an uptrend. But we have more ground to cover because we just made this fair value gap. So we got to get through this fair value gap here. We got to invert this. We got to get through the order block. We got to get through the pivot high, and then we got to get to this fair value gap. And we got to keep going. So we are starting to, and this is a target here, 789, and this is 289. So we're in this fair value gap. We have not inverted this 15-minute fair value gap. That would be a sign that price does not want to go up. And I think actually if this gets inverted, then that might actually change the market structure of where price wants to go. But we're going to stay in this trade until we find the margins of this strategy. I think that's it. I got to find the margins of where this strategy works and where it doesn't. But it looks like we're going up again. We're pushing back on some of these fair value gaps. So I think doing this for me has been very helpful to understand the order flow, market structure, and I've been doing it in such a micro way with this strategy, like just getting 1 point up and down, and I've kind of got a feel for market structure and flow and order flow, and that I hope will kind of lend itself to the higher time frames because it's kind of fractal in that way. So being intently observant on the way market is shaping up and the way it's forming, I think is going to help with the foundation of this knowing the market. Okay, now here's the other thing we just saw here. This is one of my other indicators. This reversed this way now. Now it's wicked up quite a bit, so maybe there's more room to wick up just to get our orders filled here. But this is a sign that the trend is going down now, and it's a big shift in momentum. We had more volume going down than we did volume going up. So these are like spikes in volume, and you could see it when it was going down. But market structure. So I got into this order, I think, at this fair value gap. We've already inverted this fair value gap, but this is where I think, no, it was 7.5. I believe it was here. Yeah. Okay, 7.5. I got into it anyways around here. Maybe it was on the 1 hour. It was somewhere in this fair value gap at some point. I think it was here, 7.7. So I actually got in at a good entry point for a pullback going up, and what that did was split the difference of my original entry, which is way up here, because I thought this was a little pullback and then we were going up higher. So I entered in here, it went low, it went way down. However, I entered in here again, which cut the difference of where my original entry was. And so now to take profit and not lose anything on this trade and not get stopped out, I now am going to try to take profit right above here. Now I added more contracts, so it's more at risk, more volume. But because I only started with 2 contracts, I'm basically 4 contracts in on each account here, which is not a heavy contract sizing. I'm down $120 in each account, which is not great, obviously, but market structure is indicating, as long as we keep respecting these premium arrays here, prices leaning towards wanting to go up. We did disrespect them all the way down. At some point, we hope that until market structure shifts and it shows we're in a downtrend, that price wants to go back up. So what we're going to see here, and we're kind of a little making our way back up. We see the EMA trending a little bit back up, but this could be a pullback to go down again as well. So we did fall deep, and I got my order in on the right area, and we did, I think, help minimize a little bit. I'm at 162. I could get out of this trade with profit still, and then continue to try to make my entries. But one thing I have not seen yet is a market structure shift, and that would be an entry. We saw the break of structure. That's part of the reason why I entered in up there. We've had break of structures all the way up. This would have to come down here again, I believe, break this low to make a market structure shift. Okay, so I think that's where I would see us getting out if we made a market structure shift to the downside there. And then might even just get in going down at that point. Just reverse our position here. But I probably would start in with 2 contracts per account instead of the 4. So anyways, let's zoom out a little bit and see what we're looking at. I mean, seems like this is a big move. We could see a big pullback. This is, I mean, we have gone up so much. We see a nice shape here. But we've been on such a wild tear going up that we are in a clear uptrend. Now the other thing I should have noted not taking that trade is we started to see aggressive sell orders coming in here. And then maybe when I saw this one going down, I should have said, well, but let's see, I was waiting for that entry here too. That's the other thing. I don't want to go in heavier. That's been my problem blowing my accounts, is I've been going in too heavy. If I doubled down again down here, it would take my order entry here. So I could have done that, doubled down and took in 4 contracts, and that would have brought it down to here somewhere, and I would have been able to take profit. But you're not guaranteed that. That's the only problem. All right, we're still an uptrend. This could be like a head and shoulders type pattern shaping up here. This is head, this is the shoulder, head, and maybe we make a new shoulder here. I'm okay with blowing these accounts because I already trashed them. So this is like more a practice and discipline, and basically I'm paper trading with real accounts at this point. This is I'm working on my strategy now. Okay, price is falling now. We made another fair value gap going down, and we had the market structure shift. I'm up 82 bucks. Let's see if that holds. It's not holding so far. We see now price wants to go up at this point. We have no fair value gaps holding it down. Okay, it's continuing to disrespect. We have 26 seconds left on this. Get the blue push here. continuing to disrespect. I think I'll wait till, okay, now we're $200 down. I think I'm going to wait until the market changes its direction. And I think it would have to hit a swing low. We are just rejecting off of that market structure shift. We created another fair value gap. Hopefully this gets inverted. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait to see how it plays out. We're going against the market structure at this point. I need to figure out where that exit point should be. We made a market structure shift. Okay. We don't have but one fair value gap. It's going down crazy now. We got some buys coming in, aggressive sells. We're still in an upward trend, but we got like a semi-downward trend. Interesting. I've never seen that before where it's up and down. I think that's considered a intermediate low. This might have made an intermediate low. Let's see what my other time frames say now. We did just wick up really big. That's a good thing. We're still going down. We're a long way from blowing the account. That's the thing. Now, if we keep like doubling down, and but I don't know if I should keep doubling down. Wow, look at that. We're still in an uptrend. This could be another entry. 6-8. I think I'll double down again. Why not? This is like an experiment. 6-8. If I do 8 contracts, I'm already down. If I did 8, that would bring it here. So in the middle of 6-8, 2-5. That's a 5 minute. Where's my higher time frames? Maybe, okay, we have not inverted this one yet. This would be my other one. This is my 2 hour, so 6-4 maybe. 6-5. So maybe we go to 6-5. That would be a 4 hour fair value gap. But we're kind of already eating into this 4 hour fair value gap. That's not exactly fair value gap because it's not solidified yet. This one is, we just created this one, we tapped into this. So 7-3 is kind of where we already entered. So I guess my next one would be down here on the 1 hour. 7-2-5-7. Look at the 90 minute. We're gonna go, we'll just keep going, just shits and giggles. We're gonna go 2-4-8. We'll do 16 here. 2-5-7. 6. So this will then invert it again, but maybe that's going to be too much for our account to handle. I'm okay with that. I'm okay for science purposes. If it falls that much, at some point it's going to want to go up again. Because the markets tend to want to go up. We've made all-time highs. They're going to want to go up. So if I double down again, and we don't react off there, then we'll probably blow the account. But it will take our midline here, so then we just got to go up a little bit. Now we have a maximum loss of $1,000 per day. Let's see, what does the 4 hour time frame actually look like? Alright, I'm gonna let this run, but I got shit to do, so I'm gonna turn off the camera.
You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, will it dance for me? Look, dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Girl, I know my loving, loving, loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, look, really dance for me. Look, dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Well, I know my loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye-bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover, or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover, or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, really dance for me. Love dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover, or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Girl, I know my loving, loving, loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover, or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover, or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, really dance for me. Love dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover, or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, pretty down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, really dance for me. You dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Well, I know my loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, will it dance for me? It'll dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Well, I know my loving, loving, loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye-bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, will it dance for me? It'll dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Well, I know my loving, loving, loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, really dance for me. Love dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Girl, I know my loving, loving, loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye-bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, really dance for me. Love dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, look, really dance for me. Look, dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Well, I know my loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense, cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, look, really dance for me. Look, dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Girl, play me like Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe. Late night calls with the unknown numbers and nothing, nothing. When I ask, girl, you say nothing. Girl, you're making it hard to trust you. Or you be sneaky like a shower, a shower. Girl, me no want do this thing if I can trust you. Well, I know my loving is so good. If you cheating, girl, you are the fool. If you want more than one, just don't waste my time. Bye bye. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Looking pretty, put it down on me. I make you happy, put a smile on you. When we did it, look, really dance for me. Look, dance for me. But them designers I will buy for you. Then I'll buy more things. Tell me what I wouldn't do for your love. Girl, all I want from you is your trust. Be my baby. You're my lover. Only you be my baby. No, no. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. You can fool me once, not twice. See now I have to get wise. Playing with my heart, not nice. Playing with my heart, not nice. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Are you a range lover? Or do you want my heart? Girl, got the pretense. Cause I need DJs. Only you be my baby. You're my life.